Welcome back to the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. He's Michael Wallace. I'm Lang Whitaker. We are live courtside here at FedEx Forum after what felt like about a couple month break.
Yes.
I think it was actually 18 days.
It felt like it. It
Something
felt like
that, yeah.
18 days, a massive snowstorm.
From here, yeah.
A massive snowstorm and so many other things that went on.
A lot of stuff went on. Team went on the road. We had All-Star break. We had a lot of stuff to get through. But we're back here. The Grizzlies tonight here at home taking on the Utah Jazz. The Grizzlies coming in at 20-33. The Jazz coming in at 18-33. Grizzlies are back from this All-Star break. It's their first
Those
home
records.
Well, whatever. They are. The Grizzlies need to regroup. They've lost 4 in a row, lost 8 of the last 10. Utah's lost 14 of the last 17. But they are 2-2 in their last 4. And I don't know if they were trying to be, but they are 2-2 in their last 4. Two teams that might not have winning as a priority, but development is a priority right now. Do you think that's a fair way to characterize this matchup?
That's a fair way to characterize it. Great job. You did your part, right? You did your part.
I don't want to get fined.
I don't know what they're developing, with all this losing, but at the end of the day, man, these are two of the teams, but Utah being the poster child for some of the things that we'll get into later in the show with how the league is approaching the final stretch run of the season with teams that are motivated to increase their lottery odds, I should say. And both the Grizzlies and the Jazz are in that camp, and we'll see what happens because you know what, Lane? Someone's got to win tonight.
Do they?
Someone has to win. I mean, at some point, somebody's got to walk out of here with a W, and we'll see which one of these teams should do it. I hope it's the Grizzlies.
I do
obviously.
too.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Isla was asked about that before the game tonight, and he said that even in practice today, he said they've had some of the best practices they've had the last couple weeks. Yeah. And that the guys are trying to continue what they were doing. I did like he said, they're trying to play cognitive basketball. Smart. They're trying to think about it.
Yeah, they're trying to, yes. And what that tells me is that, it's all about where you are upstairs mentally coming in. You know that there's going to be challenges. You know that from night to night, you may not get the same amount of minutes. They may prioritize different guys, and they're going to do that. Like tonight, as you're about to get into, there are 7, 8, 9 names on the injury report for the Grizzlies, which means there's only 7, 8 guys that are available to play tonight. So tonight might be your night, and you have to have the right mindset coming in.
You asked Coach Isla about this at practice the other day. Here's what Coach Isla had to say about it.
Right, execution is going to come as these guys get used to each other. What would you set as the expectation level for the rest of the season as you guys sort of reset a little bit?
I mean, the same as we've always had, maximum focus and effort, not just every game and every possession, but also here in practice. I mean, you don't want to let any of these repetitions go to waste. You want to use them to the best of your ability. And overall, we preach this from the first day on. We want guys to learn new things. No matter if you're a young guy or an old guy, we have a certain way of doing things. We have a certain way that we want to play with, and we expect everybody to do their best, try to learn that, and then also the results will follow.
And Mike, for a lot of these guys, this is a pretty good opportunity for them to not only get a lot of playing time, but to kind of show what they can do as the Grizzlies head into the next phase of this tool.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about guys, and we'll see, how long Cedric Coward's going to be out, but, if you're Cam Spencer, if you're Jalen Wells, if you're, Jemai Mashak, if you're Javon Small, like these are guys that, you were going to prioritize those guys towards the summer, but now you get to prioritize them right now with real live NBA games, and you're going to be going up against teams that are fighting for the playoffs. So this is going to be rapid development opportunities for these guys to really fast track so you can evaluate whether they are key pieces of what you're going to try to build moving forward.
How about this? Jemai Mashak leads the NBA in the month of February with 3.2 steals per game over 5 appearances. Some other rookie guys and younger players had a chance to show out at All-Star Weekend, taking part in the Rising Stars game. Jalen Wells won. His team won. Cedric Coward was on the team, didn't play because he was injured. Said it was sort of like getting an A on the group project because he wasn't really part of it, but he was in it. And then Cam Spencer also played in the game and was playing defense against the game-winning shot, but he got a chance to play in it. For a lot of those guys, like, what do you think they take from that experience and being part of the All-Star Weekend?
One of the things that Jalen said in the practice the other day when they first came back, Wednesday night they had a practice, and he said, listen, man, you're around All-Stars. Like, guys guys are there. You're trying to pick guys' brains. You're trying to learn everything you can. You're soaking up. You're around the other bright young players in the NBA. So these are guys you're going to go up against at some point as you matriculate through this league. So every opportunity is a learning opportunity, and basically Jalen is soaking it up as a sponge. And you know Cam's doing the same thing. For
sure.
He's an ultra competitor. And again, man, it's sad and unfortunate that he didn't get the invite to the three-point contest.
Yeah.
Maybe he does that next year. He gets another shot, but he was pleased to be there as well.
I know, and he wanted to be in the three.
Absolutely.
He was pushing it to get the invite.
Yeah.
It would have been hard for anybody to unseat Damian Lillard, I think.
Or Booker. Those guys were on fire that last round.
Well.
Yeah. But I wouldn't count out Cam, though. He can get on the heater, too.
Yeah, when he gets hot, he gets going.
Yeah.
Sort of the bigger storyline tonight, but aside from this game, is the return of Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yes.
A guy who was traded just before the All-Star break, before the team went on the road. And then all of a sudden, look, Utah's back here to start. So they have a season. Yeah,
yes,
Jaren had surgery a couple days ago on his knee. He's out for the rest of the season, but he's here. He's got the leg sleeve on. He's got there he is. Got a shirt on. He looks like he's having old home week. He's been going around. There's Jitty too, talking to Derek Schmidt. They've been going around talking, seeing people. Vince is here too. But for Jaren, a guy who's kind of been a cornerstone of this franchise, he's played here his entire career until now. What does this mean, do you think, for him to be able to come back home and kind of get the welcome he's had?
You know, if I know Jaren well, and you and I have both been around him since the day one of him being an NBA player, he's a guy where it hasn't hit him yet, right? He's going through a lot of emotions now. I think he's still, on fumes from everything that happened so fast. This is a guy that won't really get a full grasp and appreciation of what this moment means probably until they come back next season, when he has a whole off season and everything to think about it. Right now, so much has been going at him. He had the procedure on his knee. He's not going to play anymore the rest of this season. So that, in that sense, it does slow down for him. But if you're Jaren Jackson Jr., you're coming back here, you're seeing all the familiar people that you've seen since you were a teenager, right? And now you're like, okay, this is a different side now. And Mike Conley went through the same thing with the same franchise, going from Memphis to Utah. So he had to go through this as well, too. But Jaren is a great guy. He's going to have another chance to interact with the coaches and our viewing audience once you flip over to FanDuel Sports. He's going to be doing that broadcast as well, making an appearance there, too. So check that out.
I'm sure we'll also see it on the broadcast, but there's going to be a tribute video for Jaren tonight.
It's too soon, but I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. I think it's a waste. You have, but then again, you don't. Like, I would rather them wait until they come back next season when he's playing.
To maybe get him emotional and throw him off his game.
That.
When the stakes are higher.
Yeah, it's just when there's more people here, right? Like at this point, I think it's going to be, kind of lackluster in terms of the atmosphere. I think you need to just go ahead and do it when it's a packed arena. Maybe you open the season against them next year, hopefully.
Well, there's also, like we mentioned, John Conchar is back, Vince Williams Jr. is back. And those guys are going to share a tribute video tonight.
Okay.
So
you're breaking news. I didn't know that. Okay.
I found out about it. Okay. So if you're watching
Jaren gets his own.
Jaren gets his own. Those guys
are sharing share one.
They're coming off the bench. Right? Like they're.
Yeah.
I just heard somebody coming from me. I got my head on a swivel now because the last few times there's been a couple of guys. Ever since Joe Ingles threw that ball at my head during the T-Wolves series.
Yes, you got to make sure.
Trying to keep my head up.
Yes.
But Jaren wrote a tribute to Memphis on social media. Did you see that yesterday on the Players Tribune?
Players Tribune. Yes.
There's a chance. If you get a chance, check it out. It's good. Clearly, I'm pretty sure Jaren didn't actually write that because I know ghostwriting when I read it. But it had a lot of good thoughts in there and a lot of interesting things. And
recognized game, huh?
Yeah,
You've ghostwritten enough in your life.
I have. For all the Slam rookie diaries, go check all those out. All right, let's go through the injury report, and it's going to take us a while because these are both really long. For the Grizzlies, Walter Clayton Jr. was listed as doubtful. I'm pretty sure he's not going to play tonight. He's usually trending out. And then we got out Santi Aldama, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Brandon Clark, Cedric Coward, Zach Edey, Ty Jerome, John Morant, Scottie Pippen Jr. I was trying to do the math. I think if everyone who is available dresses, and this is still the last day of Lawson Lovering's 10-day contract, I think they could have 8 guys tonight.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Which you have to have 8.
You have to have 8.
You need all the two-way guys up here. You could have 8 guys.
Yes.
Which is also problematic because the Hustle have a game tonight in South Haven. So they're going to be undermanned also.
Yeah, they just could have played a doubleheader, right, from that standpoint.
Also for the Jazz, Keontae George is out, Jaren is out, Walker Kessler is out, and Yusuf Nurkic. Oscar Tshiebwe was questionable, but I saw him going through his workout. And then Lauri Markkanen wasn't on the list at all. And then earlier today he was
he slipped on a banana peel.
He was questionable, and now he's doubtful.
Yeah, so, something happened. Illness. Yeah. He caught the Memphis flu.
He
caught the rendezvous flu, right?
Something.
He had a little extra sauce. It was too much sauce on them wings, on them ribs.
I've been there. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. Jessica Benson's going to join us. You're watching the warm-up show back here on Grind City Media.
Dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Duke is suing their quarterback because Darian Menza announced he was entering the transfer portal last Friday. So Duke said, no, you're not.
I'm all for NIL. I'm all for player freedom to transfer and player empowerment. But just saying, I signed the contract, but the contract doesn't matter. I don't understand how that works.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Big Ben Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. Like, he's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
The Grizzlies are proud to team up with Prime Global Group, a company on a mission to redefine real estate investment. By leveraging deep experience, strategic insight, and robust resources, Prime Global Group is shaping a smarter, socially responsible future. Whether you're an investor or simply curious, now's the time to explore innovative strategies that align with your values. Join the movement and discover how you can be a part of this exciting evolution. Visit primeglobalgroup.net to learn more and connect with the team today. That's primeglobalgroup.net.
Lang Whitaker courtside now as the Grizzlies get set to take on the Utah Jazz. It's gospel night here at FedEx Forum. Let's say a prayer for these two teams going at it. As Jessica brings us her main character like she does each game. Who's tonight's main character, Jessica? Who have you selected?
It has to be Jaren Jackson Jr. I was going to try to make it game-related, and we can talk about the game, but I was watching Jaren before I walked down here mingle with players, coaches, fans. Everybody wants a picture with Jaren. He is the man of the hour here leading up to tonight's game, and obviously John Conchar and Vince Williams Jr. as well. It's weird. The last time we were in this building, they were here and they were a part of the team, and we won one last win on the home court before the All-Star break, and then they had the road trip, 5-game road trip on the West Coast. But for Jaren Jackson Jr. especially, after 8 years here in Memphis, to return wearing Utah Jazz gear, it's a very bizarre thing to witness. Thus is the business of the NBA, and even though he's not playing tonight, you'll just feel his spirit. I would expect to see him engaged on the bench with his team. We will probably get a video of some kind, courtesy of the wonderful video team and Michael Blevins, and there will be a lot of tears shed.
We're also getting a joint video for Jitty and Vince Williams. Yeah.
I really love that. I know some people are like, oh, you only should give videos to the, and I'm like, why? Celebrate. I watched John Conchar block Anthony Davis once. Like, I am cool with that.
Those two guys have only played for the Grizzlies. They spent their whole careers here, drafted both those guys, and we've seen them kind of become what they become. So, like, I feel like, they both deserve that.
Yeah, and, like, in Jaren's Players Tribune piece, when he brought up this is all I've known. Like, Memphis is all I've known. The same thing goes for them. And for players who came here and really embraced Memphis and Memphis embraced them back, it's a really special thing and something to be celebrated. Coach Isolo talked before the game about what it will be like to specifically see Jitty and Vince on the floor tonight, and obviously said it will be strange, and that's just how this thing goes, and it will be strange.
He also used the word fjords, and he used the word cognitive. I don't think that's probably the first coach's press conference I've ever been to that had those two words.
Yes, and he had maybe one of my favorite, I wouldn't call it an Isolo-ism, but just an Isolo
Somewhat
response.
Coherent basketball was one.
Well, when he was asked about coaching, someone asked a question about the AAU circuit and high school coaches and just like, what advice would you give? And he said, if you want to do it, don't do it.
He said, I wouldn't recommend it if you want it.
Yes, I wouldn't recommend it if you want it. If you need to do it.
Only if you need to do it.
I thought that was a really, I say that about our business with sports media or media in general. Like, it does require a level of sacrifice and heartbreak and family sacrifice and whatnot. And I thought it was an interesting answer as we embark on this next, final stretch of games for this team. And not final stretch. There's still a large chunk of games to be played.
We need to do it.
Yes.
All right, we're going to do it. Jessica's going to be on the call tonight on ESPN 92.9. She'll be on the double post game. No John Roser tonight, but Bennett Doyle and Devin will be there. So we're going to take a quick break. Rob Fisher's going to join us on the other side of this. You're watching the warm-up show.
Obviously, the Darren Peterson thing takes over social media last night. Like, you have two complete ends of the spectrum that take place last night when we're talking about NBA draft prospects.
One dude who was in a boot 2 days ago and tried to fight through it, and another dude who
scores 49.
Scores 49. The other one checks himself out
after 18 minutes.
18 minutes into the second half.
And Bill Self pretty much has had it.
Two different sides of the spectrum. They said he's had one assist in his last 93 minutes of basketball.
Who?
Darren Peterson. One assist.
I mean, I think you guys are both with me.
Like, who does that, bro?
Absolutely petrified.
Welcome back to the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker courtside at FedEx Forum as the Utah Jazz get ready to take on your Memphis Grizzlies. Joining us now, your sideline reporter, Rob Fisher from FanDuel Sports Network and Grind City Media and the odds couple and everything else. And I think, Rob, I believe you're going to be talking to Jaren Jackson Jr. tonight.
Yeah, second quarter. Second quarter, we'll have an interview with Jaren. So looking forward to visiting with him. It'll be really difficult, though, when we have about a minute with him to ask him about his time in Memphis. so we'll see how that goes.
Also, like Jaren, you've talked to him enough now. We've all talked to him. Like, he can kind of be esoteric. He's kind of out there. So, like, you're never really sure what you're going to get.
No. First thing I'm going to ask him is, did he find the locker room?
That's a good one. Did he know where to park? Like, how about that?
So looking forward to it. Everybody's been greeting Jaren here tonight already, and it's already been a nice little homecoming for Jaren Jackson Jr.
Coach Isolo said, and you were in there in the pregame press conference, he said something about, like, the thing you don't see on the front-facing side of this is Jaren's professionalism, the relationships he has behind the scenes. You travel with the team, you're behind the scenes. What is it like being around Jaren when he's not on the court?
Well, I think the Jaren that we all recognize is the fun, loving, kind of joking, goofy kind of Jaren. But when it's game time, when it's play time, when it's shoot around time, when it's warm up time, I mean, the guy he's dialed in and has always been locked in and focused, and just puts so much into his craft. And he's one of the guys, as Tomas even talked about, you love to have around because he does work so hard, and he's such a great example for the other guys. And I mean, he was a warrior. Look at the games played, for Jaren Jackson Jr. these last few years, and he played through some stuff too. You can't say that about a lot of guys in the NBA, and Jaren came to work night in and night out, and availability is the best ability, and Jaren was always available.
And we saw him since he was a teenager. Basically, like literally a teenager.
Yeah, he grew up here.
I was telling Jessica though, like all those guys did. Jitty and Vince Williams only ever played for the Grizzlies. Like, they were all drafted by this franchise and spent their first, whatever it is, 5-6 years here, with almost at 6-7. They spent the first parts of their careers here. But we'll see what happens tonight. We got 28 games left, 29 games left in this season. things have taken a turn since the last home game here, which they won. They won the last home game here. And then the trade happens and things look like they're going a different direction. What are you looking to see from these guys the last 28 games of the season?
Well, I think something that we saw on the road trip before the All-Star break, the competitiveness, playing very hard. I mean, these guys who are playing in the roster and right now, they're not only playing for the Grizzlies and their future for the Grizzlies, but a job in the NBA and a future somewhere in the NBA. So I think that's the good thing that we're going to see the rest of the way. You won't come to the arena and watch this team and say it was a lack of effort.
Sure,
I think you're going to see great effort night in and night out, and all you can ask for is to be competitive. Be in games come fourth quarter, and the Grizzlies were that on that road trip. They just didn't win them, other than the one game in Sacramento. So, I want to see competitiveness, and I want to see which guys kind of stand out. We're going through what we went through 2 years ago with all the injuries, and some guys stood out. And who's going to stand out this year? Who are going to be the guys at the end of the year that we look at and say that guy could be part of our future?
All right, you're going to go do the pregame show on Thunder. Before you get out of here, favorite Olympic sport, Winter Olympic sport?
I think it's the skiing when they're racing each other. There's 4 people on the slope, and, they're going down together, and because
I thought you liked the one where they climb the stairs.
I don't understand that. It's bizarre. I mean, who thought of that?
Skiing uphill seems like a bad idea.
You ski uphill, and then you take your skis off and you run upstairs,
and then you ski down.
Yeah, that's a bizarre thing.
That's a new one. Yeah,
I don't know about that one.
I've enjoyed all those. I also like the biathlon because they have to ski and then they have to shoot the rifles. Sometimes they have to lay down. Sometimes they have to stand up. But one guy, they'll miss one shot, then they get all nervous. They miss all 5. It's great. I love that one.
Yeah, that one's kind of fun too. I enjoyed that too. The skiing is all the skiing events have been great. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I say all the snow events have been great.
Yeah.
Anything involving ice. All right, Rob Fisher is going to be on FanDuel Sports Network in about 9 minutes with your pregame show, and then on the call tonight for the game. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, Michael Wallace rejoins me. You're watching the warm-up show here on Grind City Media.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat.
How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
To the warm-up show here on Grind City Media. Lang Whitaker alongside Michael Wallace. We are courtside here at FedEx Forum, getting you ready for tonight's game between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Utah Jazz. It's gospel night. They're getting ready behind us. They're practicing.
Yes.
But before we turn this over to the FanDuel pregame show, like we always do at this time, we're going to go around the NBA and look at some of the bigger stories. It's been a while since we've done this, so we have some stuff. There's still some meat on the bone.
Yes.
Let's start with what I'm calling Tankonia. Shout out Outkast.
Not to be confused with Stankonia.
No.
Yes.
But there's some stank on it. But we'll get into Tankonia. Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, has come out and said the NBA is going to consider anti-tanking measures. And they laid out a bunch of different things. But are there any of these things that you think would be effective? There's everything from first-round picks can be protected, top 14, lottery odds freeze. You can't be in the top 4 consecutive years, all sorts of stuff. Like, what do you think would be something you could do?
That's the one. And I suggested this last week or 2 weeks ago on Grizzby, that you can't allow a team to get back-to-back number 1 picks or top 4 picks. Like, you can't do that in consecutive years. So that's going to discourage a lot of teams from just staying bad for multiple seasons. You can get a top 4 one year, and then you have to be somewhere after 5 every year after that, regardless of what your record is. I think that's the one that's going to stick. Also, finding teams draft positions, right, from that standpoint. You might not be able to take their spots away from them, but you can sort of push them back a little bit further.
So I vote we get rid of the lottery. It's just based on your record. So, like the NFL does it.
Well, but see, I think that still doesn't discourage tanking, though. If you're bad, you're just going to still be bad.
But sure, but like I think there's going to be like enough pressure from your fan base locally, from your players, all that stuff. Like you're not going to be able to do it for 5 years in a row like the Sixers did a couple years ago.
Right.
At some point, and also if you get enough good young players, like you get out of that.
You shouldn't
problem.
be bad. Right. Yes.
The other thing I would do is just get rid of the pick protections.
Well, that's one of them.
Because if you're making a trade, you're making a trade. Like you can't trade a pick and say, well, we'll trade it to you unless it's number 5 through 12 or whatever. You got to make the trade. So I would get rid of that, which might help make things a little easier to deal with.
It's definitely up for discussion, man. I do think you need a lottery, but I do think you should maybe flatten it out for 1 through 30. Right? Just because you win a championship doesn't mean you shouldn't get any shot to get the number 1 pick.
Yes, it does.
Nah, not really. Not really.
I think it does. I don't want to see the Thunder. What if the Thunder get the number 1 pick this year?
But I mean, you know how the odds would have to be completely stacked against them to do it. But I just think you can't incentivize teams to continue to be bad, or else you're going to end up like the Utah Jazz. Bad year. That was a once proud franchise. John Stockton, Karl Malone, everything they did, back-to-back NBA Finals, Jerry Sloan, everything that they did, and now Danny Ainge is taking over, and they've been an absolute shell of themselves for one of the best fan bases that we have in this league. That's embarrassing. And they've been in the lottery every year and it hadn't worked. So
and they have like good young players, a good young coach, lots of stuff but they just haven't won. Did the NBA fix All-Star Weekend, Mike?
I think they took a step.
A lot of changes, and the game itself was got pretty good reviews all the way around.
They fixed Sunday. They addressed it. They took a significant step towards fixing Sunday. I would have liked to have seen Luka and Jokic play seriously and play some extended minutes to really make the world team a little more competitive, because I think that they were stacked enough to win. Having said that, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander didn't do much or didn't play at all, right? So you got the concept right. Now you just got to make sure guys can be healthy when that time comes.
I made a point of criticizing Luka and Jokic on The Odds Couple and on some of the other shows, because if we're going to criticize other guys for half-assing it during this game, let's give those guys their share of the blame too, because you're going to play 2 minutes and not play the rest of the game. Get some guys in there who can play and give you minutes and carry the bulk of that. I mean, it's tough to replace their production, clearly.
I felt like because they were hurt or dealing with injuries, especially in Luka's case, because he was coming back from an injury, he gave them an appearance. Whereas Jokic could have played. He played against the Grizzlies the game before All-Star break. So he could have given a little bit more. But again, you're right. They need to be called out when they're trying to half-ass it, some of the American players got called out.
I think they just finished Lift Every Voice and Sing behind us.
Yes. Which song is that? Which version of the anthem was that, Lang?
It was the Memphis version. And now we're going to get to the final countdown. There's only a few weeks left in the regular season.
Hold on, shout out to New Hope on Elvis
Is that
Presley.
Who it is?
New Hope Church, on Elvis Presley.
There's 29 games left in the regular season.
Yes.
Which team do you think wins the East and who wins the West?
Man, Detroit's looking legit. They are. I think they hold on. I think both Oklahoma City and Detroit have a 3.5 to 5 game lead. I think they both hold on to their cushions. But I wouldn't say that they're definitely unbeatable once you get to the playoffs. I think the East is wide open, particularly if Tatum comes back. Even if he doesn't, I think New York is there. Boston is certainly there. In the West, I think OKC has to watch out for San Antonio and Denver, but most importantly, a healthy Denver team. That's the biggest threat to them.
Yeah, I kind of tend to think Detroit also. I know they had all these suspensions and guys missing, but for the most part, like that's a stacked team, and they're good at what they do. They have an identity, and they do it every night. The only team I would say keep an eye on San Antonio because they've been really good. Cleveland's another one. I don't know if they've got enough to catch up. They've got the best record in the NBA over the last 10 games, 9-1, and since they added James Harden, like they feel like they've caught some of their magic that they had back in the day. All right, Mike, one matchup tonight you got your eye on.
Who's playing?
So who knows?
Who's playing? Vince Williams Jr. guarding whoever he wants to get under their skin on the other way. He gets a chance now to be the dog that he always was to other teams. He gets to dog out his own former team.
The only Jazz player to be ejected from a game this season? Vince Williams Jr.
Already.
Yeah, already got thrown out of one game.
Yeah. He's going to give it. He's going to give it to the Grizzlies for sure.
All right, well, we've got 30 seconds to get you out of here. So you can flip over now to FanDuel Sports Network, catch the pregame show, and then they'll be on the call on the game tonight, and then also on ESPN 92.9 with Eric, Jessica, Bennett, and Elliot. And then on the postgame show, Roser's down at South Haven, so Devin's stepping in for him along with Bennett and Jess. Our next home game is Monday night back here for Lunar New Year night against the Sacramento Kings. So in the meantime, we appreciate you hanging out with us. We'll catch you back here on Monday. Go Grizz, and we'll see you soon right back here on Grind City Media.